We now call in the order our regular evening council meeting. We will be led in prayer by Madam Clerk, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. After the Pledge of Allegiance, Madam Clerk, you will call the roll. Madam Clerk.
O God of might, wisdom and justice, through whom authority is rightly administered, laws enacted and judgment decreed, assist us, we beseech thee, that this city council may be conducted in righteousness and be eminently useful to thy people over whom we preside. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilors Williams,
Here.
Morgan,
Present.
West,
Present.
Jacobs, Mayor Kirkland.
Present. Move for the approval of the minutes.
So moved.
I second.
Are there any questions? Madam Clerk.
Councilors Williams.
Yes.
Morgan.
Yes.
West.
Yes.
Jacobs.
Yes.
Mayor Kirkland.
Yes. At this time, we open up the microphones for public comments on agenda items only. Are there any public comments, Mr. Receiver, on agenda items only?
There are no public comments on action items this evening, and for the record, public comment can be made by dialing 610-447-7700, extension 7951, and I have received no calls. In addition, there are no emails for public comment on action items.
Thank you, Mr. Solicitor. Madam Clerk?
Resolution, whereas the city of Chester received real estate tax payments from the individuals named on the attached list. And whereas 72 PA CSA Section 5566B provides for the refund of monies paid to a political subdivision that does not have a statutory right to said monies within 3 years of payment thereof. Now therefore, the council of the city of Chester does resolve that it does hereby authorize for the Department of Accounts and Finance to refund the stated amounts to the individuals on the attached list.
So moved.
I second.
Are there any questions? Madam Clerk?
Councilors Williams?
Yes.
Morgan?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Jacobs?
Yes.
Mayor Kirkland?
Yes.
Resolution, the council of the city of Chester does resolve that it does hereby authorize the proper city official to prepare specifications and/or any other necessary documents for the advertisement for bids for the sale of a 1990 Ford F-450 stake bid, VIN number 24065, from the Department of Public Property and Recreation. Further, that it does authorize the proper city official to advertise for the aforementioned bid.
So moved.
I second.
Are there any questions? Madam Clerk?
Councilors Williams?
Yes.
Morgan?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Jacobs?
Yes.
Mayor Kirkland?
Yes.
Resolution, whereas the city of Chester is the owner of or has an ownership interest in various properties located in the city of Chester, which are no longer or never were used for municipal purposes. And whereas the city of Chester owns a number of vacant lots in the vicinity of West Second and Tillman Streets. And whereas these properties could be assembled with adjacent properties owned by the Chester Redevelopment Authority. And whereas the city of Chester desires and intends to return such real property to productive use. Now therefore, the council of the city of Chester does resolve that it does hereby authorize the parcels identified on the attached Exhibit A, owned by the city of Chester, be transferred to the Redevelopment Authority of the city of Chester for redevelopment purposes. Further, that it does hereby authorize the proper city official or officials to execute all documents necessary to complete this transfer for and on behalf of the city of Chester.
So moved.
I second.
Are there any questions? Madam Clerk?
Councilors Williams?
Yes.
Morgan?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Jacobs?
Yes.
Mayor Kirkland?
Yes.
Resolution, the Council of the City of Chester does resolve that it does approve and order payment of a series of bills and refunds as prepared by the Department of Accounts and Finance and is shown on expenditure approval list dated March 3rd, 2021, attached hereto and made a part hereof, subject to approval from the Department of Accounts and Finance.
So moved.
I second.
Are there any questions? Madam Clerk?
Councilors Williams?
Yes.
Morgan?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Jacobs?
Yes.
Mayor Kirkland?
Yes.
Bill number 1, first reading was on February 10th, 2021. Ordinance number 1 of 2021, an ordinance of the City of Chester, Delaware County, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, prescribing the number, duties, and compensation of the employees of the City of Chester for the year 2021, directing payment on an annual basis, prescribing the method and times of payment, and repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances inconsistent therewith.
I move that we pass Bill number 1 on its last and final reading.
I second that we pass bill number 1 on its last and final reading.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are there any questions? Madam Clerk?
Councilors Williams?
Yes.
Morgan?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Jacobs? Mayor Kirkland?
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
You're welcome.
At this time, Mr. Solicitor, once again, we open up the airwaves, microphones to public comments. Are there any public comments at this time?
Yes, Your Honor, the city has received 2 public comments by email. The first public comment is from Adrian Webster, residing at 2407 Chestnut Street, Chester, Pennsylvania. I wanted to express my deepest appreciation to all members of council, and especially Mr. Michael Galante and anyone else I may be missing who has assisted my family in resolving our ongoing issues with the adjacent property. I attended the council meeting for Media, Delaware County, February 17th at 6 p.m. and heard the approval of demolition funds for the property 2405 Chestnut Street, as well as one other property in Chester at that meeting. Mr. Welsh of Housing was very nice to explain the process and timeline to me. Mr. Galante also explained this timeline as well. Thank you so much. Next steps would be application processing and bid process. I eagerly look forward to having this resolved by the end of March or sooner. I've spoken with my current exterminator, Terminex, and they advised once demolition starts to put down the rat traps, as multiple rodents and vermin would be disturbed because this home was vacant so long. Thank you again, and look forward to having a safe and clean environment again soon. Thank you, and Adrian Webster.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Webster, and we appreciate your patience and your willingness to work with us, along with our city engineer, Mike Galante, and we look for a speedy resolve for you and your family. Thank you.
In addition, we received a public comment by email from Kia Newman, 2707 West 6th Street, Chester, Pennsylvania. When will recycling begin again on the west side? There is a property owned by a landlord that needs to be torn down. It's collapsed completely on the inside. How can we get it torn down? Before, it's been almost 2 years since we made the request.
Okay, I'm very much familiar with the property there that is falling down, and I'll let Councilman Jacobs answer that, since that falls under his department. As far as recycling on the west side, I had no knowledge that it had ever stopped. Recycling is every Wednesday, and that's when it's supposed to take place. Now, I do know that due to the weather, we did have some recycling that was pushed back to the following week. But what I'll do is check with our trash vendor, JP Mascara, and find out, just look into what's going on down in I believe you're in the 2700 block of West 6th Street. I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
Go ahead.
Well, the only thing I would have to say to that, I'm sure that that property, if it's in that bad a shape, it's probably on the demolition list. And I'll check that out, tomorrow.
And if you weren't, because Councilman Jacobs didn't have his microphone, he said he will check that out to make sure to see if it's on the demolition list on tomorrow. If it's in that bad a shape, we will make sure that we move expeditiously to correct that for you. Thank you. Any more public comments?
That concludes public comment, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Solicitor. Any comments from members of council? Any public comments from department head? Hearing none, we thank you all. This meeting is now adjourned.